Hey guys, Pope Binary here, and today I'm going to give you another technical indicator that I use quite commonly. It's a very famous one in the trading world. It's called a relative strength index, more commonly referred to as the RSI, right? It's very, like I said, it's very commonly known. It's very widely used because, quite frankly, it's extremely simple and it's extremely effective. So hopefully after the end of this video, you guys will have a better understanding and will be able to use it in your own trading techniques. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. It really helps me out a lot. So before I show you what the relative strength index is, here's the quote of the day. The professional concerns himself with doing the right thing rather than with making money. That's from Jesse Liverpool. So without further ado, here is the relative strength index. Hey guys, so I've decided for this video, unlike my other guides and examples where I show you technical indicators, I'm just going to explain to you the practicality of the RSI, because if you want to understand the formulas behind why this works, just Google RSI explained, and quite frankly, there's people out there that'll explain it a lot better than I can. So what I'm just going to teach you guys is how to use it. Okay, and it's very, very simple. So all we have here is this is just the relative strength index. This is just, it's just another graph essentially, right? So what I want you guys to imagine is this red line, this value that it's at is at 30, and then this green line is at 70. The RSI ranges from 0 to 100. When it reaches this bottom red line, which is the 30 value, right? Remember, this is a if the RSI ever reaches 30, then the market is considered oversold, meaning that you can predict at some point the market will bounce back out. And likewise, if the market reaches this green line, which is 70, right? So remember that it's 70. If it reaches this 70 value, then the market is considered overbought, and you can expect a change in the direction of the market very soon. For example, right here on this US-Japan pair, on the Forex markets, we can see the market was extremely overbought. It was overbought for a long time before it plummeted downwards, right? And likewise, I'm trying to look for, here we go. The market reached, it reached the 30 value here before it skyrocketed upward after an extensive period. And one thing I want to point out to you guys is that just because it reaches these values, there's lots of things called fake breakouts. Like right here, if you'd seen this huge spike, you would have thought that this would have been the spike in which the market rockets upwards. You can't rely on the RSI alone, I think, is what I'm trying to say. There's lots of fake breakouts, so you just need to combine it with other things like strong candlestick patterns, so on and so forth. And after this video, I'll try and put the link in the description after I upload it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you my full setup where I just combine a number of technical indicators to show you what I mean when you can't rely on one indicator alone. You need to use multiple. If we look at the RSI here, you'll notice that there's actually a gray line and a purple line. And a lot of relative strength indexes don't include this gray line. Gray line is simply an intermoving average. So right, this purple line is the actual RSI, whereas this gray line is what the RSI should be based off the moving average. And so what that means is if this purple line is above the gray line, then the market is overbought for the current values. And likewise, if the purple line is below the gray line, then that means the market is oversold based off the current market trend. Okay, and so that's very useful also when you're like combining it with things like candlestick patterns and so on and so forth. Because if you're banking off reversal strategies, which I do quite frequently, if the purple line is, if there's a big difference between the purple line and the gray line, that just means that the market is essentially overbought or oversold for the current values. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull down the actual chart, and I'm going to show you some examples in which the market reacted very well. So if we can see here on the relative strength index, let me just try and get this centered up for y'all. So on the relative strength index, we can see right here, this green line, the relative strength index broke above this green line. So the market had been overbought. So what I would be looking for is if the RSI breaks into the overbought territory, I'd be looking for a reversal pattern, right? So some consider this a strong reversal pattern. This is kind of a pin candle followed by a bearish confirmation candle. Notice that this is the first significant bearish candle after a long bullish run. So you could have bet down there. Me personally, I look only for the cleanest setups, so I wouldn't have touched that. And let's see if I can get another example. There's a great example on one of these charts because this is why I made the video today. Like right here, for example, the relative strength index broke above the green line. It broke above the green line, and then there are two strong pin candles forming, followed by a bearish confirmation candle. Okay, so if you were day trading, right, you could have entered the position at this horizontal line at the close of this red candle, and once the market reached that value, it didn't touch that value again for a long time. If you're interested in what I do, which is actually just binary options, it wouldn't have mattered because I would have just only held the contract for a very short period of time and made my money. And so there's just lots of instances. I've pretty much explained to y'all how this works. Feel free to go look at these on your own. And like I said, just because I'm telling you this doesn't mean it's going to work for you. There's lots of examples out there that you guys can look for and try and look for in your own trading. But this is just how to use it, right? This is not going to be an extremely detailed video. This is just the practicality of it. So please like and subscribe. Please check out the other guides. The other guides I actually go into significantly more detail, but like I said, there are thousands of guides out there on the internet on the relative strength index, but this is, if you're new to this channel and you subscribe to this channel, I figured I'd just go ahead and show you all this one because I really do like it. So this is just Pope Binary with another video, and catch you on the next one.